Hello guys, welcome back to another video of RJ Coding Tips. In today's video, we are going to design a simple landing page using HTML and CSS only. And we are not going to add any JavaScript in this design. But in order to make it responsive, you will need the JavaScript later. But for today's video, we are only going to use HTML and CSS. For the responsive part, we are going to do it in another video. If you guys haven't already subscribed to this channel, then please consider subscribing. So we have this design where you can see a gradient background with card here, and inside the card we can see the nav bar, the hero section, and a button. I have designed this page using Figma, and I'm going to give you guys the links in the description so you can check out this design. And I also prepared some assets. Here you can see some background and hero image and a logo. We are going to use this in this design. So we'll just start the video. Let's get started. Inside VS Code, I am going to add an HTML file, and I'm going to write it here, and I'm going to add the CSS also, like this, and you can just click it to create the CSS file. And you can add this also, and open up your browser and browse for Google Fonts. Here we are going to select Poppins, which is a very unique and a beautiful font. So I'm going to click on Get Font and then Get Embed Code and then Import. I'm going to select this and then come to our VS Code and then put it in here. After that, you just add this font family Poppins here, and then we can start editing in the HTML file. First of all, we are going to add a container here, and inside this container, I'm going to add a man tag. Inside this man, I'm going to add a nav tag. Inside this nav tag, I'm going to create a div with a class name brand. Here, I'm going to add the image and also span tag where I will write design. So I'm going to click on Go Live. So you can see this is the design we have here. That's pretty much for it for the starting point. Now I'm going to add the logo here. So let's write logo, and inside this image tag, I'm going to go to assets and then I'm going to select the logo SVG. Inside the nav tag, after this div, I'm going to write a UL tag. Inside that, it should have an li, which will be 4 times, and then an a, which will be the links, and then a, then enter. So you can see inside the UL we have 4 lis. So I'm going to just add this hashtag for now, and then inside this a, I'm going to write home, about, contact, and then let's just go to this design and see what is here. Home, about, language, and support. Home, about, and then let's change it to language, support. Come to the browser and you can see we have this big logo here, and we can see this li text. We'll design it using the CSS, but for now we are just going to keep it like this. Then after the UL tag, we are going to write another div, and I'm going to give it the class of Z started, which will be the get started button. And inside this, I'm going to write an a tag, and I'm going to add this. And inside this a tag, I'm going to write get started. I would like to add some icons, so I'm going to use the uni icons, icon scout icons. Just come to your browser and search for uni icons. So I am going to use this uni icons here. You guys can log in and just start using it. But for now, I'm not going to log in. It's a pretty straightforward process. You guys can log in and get the link, but I have already copied it in my clipboard. So I'm going to come here and just paste it. So here is the link. If you guys want this code, then you can just pause this video and copy this out. So I'm going to add an iTag with a class name UIL or UIL arrow, and then it will be route. Let's come to the browser. After refreshing it, here you can see this small icon here. So we will design it later. Come back to the VS Code, and then after this nav tag, we are going to declare another class called hero container. This will be the hero section of our page. And then inside this, I'm going to write hero left, which will include the text and the button on the left side. And then just copy it down, and I'm going to write hero right, which will be the right part, including the image. Okay, so inside this hero left, I'm going to write an H1. Inside this, I'm going to write some text. Just you can write anything else, but I'm going to write this text here. If you guys haven't already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. So I have added an H1 heading and paragraph here. So we will design it later. After that, I'm going to add a link, and then I will just give it like this and give a class name here like expbtn, and then inside this, I'm going to write explore. We have already set this main part of the navigation here, and we have also done the left part of the hero section. Now for the right part, I'm just going to add another div and give it a class name of image div. I'm not going to add the image here. I'm going to apply it in the CSS instead. So this is pretty much for the HTML part. Now the main part is the styling part. We are going to look to the class names and the tags we have used, and then style it according to the HTML. So I'm going to put the CSS right here, close this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So for the first part, I have to write this body tag. I'm targeting this body, and inside this body, I'm going to add a height of 100 BH, which will take the height of the full page. And now a width of 100 viewport width, which will take the full width. And then the background image of URL, and then I'm going to provide the image from the assets and then BZ. So let's come to the browser. Here you can see a gradient background here. Now we are going to modify it again, like background position, and it will be center, so that it is kept at the center and no repetition. For the no repetition, we can set background repeat, no repeat. And as you can see, the background is set to this center and there is no repetition. So we are going to give the background size and then cover, so that it is covered fully to the web page like this. Okay, and then we are going to give a display flex, and then align item center, justify content center, so that we can align the items in the middle. So we are going to target it from the body. To this class container, we are going to give another style of width of 80%, and then a margin of auto, and a background of this color code. So it is transparent like white color. I'm going to apply this in the border also, like this, and 1 pixel solid this. After this border, I'm going to add a border radius of around 40 pixels, and then a min height of also 80 BH. And I'm going to target this using backdrop filter and a blur effect of 5 pixels, so that it can be seen with a little blur effect. So come to the browser, and you can see here is the container, but this logo is so big, so we are going to target it and then make it smaller. After the container, we are going to target this main, just copy it, and then padding of 1.5% and 5%. After that, target the nav. Inside the nav, I'm going to just write display flex, justify content center, padding of 20 pixel also, gap 1 rem, and then a max height of 100 pixel and height of 100%. So I have made the nav display flex and justify content center so that the items are aligned in the center, and then I have given a padding of 20 from all sides. For the items in the nav, I have given a gap of 1 rem so that it has a spacing of 1 rem, and then I have given the nav a max height of 100 pixel, and then its height should be 100% so that it can take the 100 pixel full height. After the nav, we are going to target this brand, copy it and paste. So inside this brand, I'm going to write display flex direction row, and then align item center. So it will align automatically to the center. And then after this brand, I'm going to write brand.img, which will target the image tag, and then a width of 120 pixels. And then for the span tag, I'm going to write font size of 30 pixels, font weight of 600 so that it will seem a little bit bolder. And I'm going to apply a color of this color code. Come back to the web page. Here you can see this beautiful design here. Now we are going to come to this UL. So for the UL, I'm going to give list style none so that it will remove the circular list. And then I'm going to give a display of flex and align items of center and justify content center. And then after this UL, I'm going to give the properties to the li of display inline block, and then a margin of 0 and 20 pixels so that it will have a space of 20 pixels from left and right. Come back to the web page. Here you can see this, they are aligned in the center. Now, after the li, we are going to target the a text inside the li. So come here and write text decoration none, and then color of this color code, and then a font size of 22 pixels, font weight of 500. And then I'm going to give it a hover effect, and then for the hover, I'm going to give a color of this. Come back to the web page. Here you can see we have set this beautifully in the middle. Now we are going to target this get started. So for that, we are going to use this class name ZStarted, copy it, and then paste it here. And inside this, I'm going to write display flags, align items center, justify content center so that it will center automatically. So instead of writing like this .ZStartedA, I'm going to just use this, reuse this element here and paste it here so that it will have a text decoration none. But for the color, I'm going to just change it to a little bit of a color, and then a padding of 1 rem from top and bottom and 2 rem from left and right. And I'm going to give it a background of, and then I'm going to give a border radius of 3 pixels. That's it. You can apply this cursor pointer. By default, it will be cursor pointer. So come back to the web page. Here you can see this get started. So we have this beautiful navigation part, but as you can see that they are all aligned in the middle. So we are going to change in the nav bar here. Instead of justify content center, I'm going to give justify content space between. So now they become like this. So we have completed the nav bar part. Now we are going to come to this hero container part. For the hero container, just copy this class name and then paste it here. For that, I'm going to give a width of 100%, display flex, justify content. This will also be space between, and then a flex direction of row and a padding of 5% from all sides. And then for this hero left, we are going to give these properties a width of 50% so that it will take the width of 50% in the left and a width of 50% to the right. So for the left part, I'm going to give display of flex and flex direction. This will be column so that it can become like this. This will be the heading and this will be the paragraph and this will be the button. So they are in a column form. So I'm going to give it in a flex direction color. And then just align the items center. Now for the h1 part, I am going to write this arrow left h1. So to this, I'm going to give a font size of 45 pixels and then font weight of 600 and color of this color code, and then letter spacing, I'm going to give it to 2 pixels. So if you guys think that this video is helpful, then please leave a like, click on the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you never miss a notification about our videos. So after this h1, I'm going to target hero left paragraph, and then I'm going to give a margin top of 5%, font size of 20 pixels, and then a font weight of 500. Color will be the same, and then the letter spacing will also be 1 pixels. And then I'm going to provide a line height of 30 pixels. So this letter spacing is like this, like size of 1 pixel where the letter will be spaced out, and this line height, it is the distance like this. So I'm going to give a line height of 30 and letter spacing 1 pixel. Let's come back to the web page. Here you can see we have styled the left part beautifully. Now we are going to target this XP button. So just come to this hero left and then EXP BTN. In the EXP BTN, what we are going to do is I'm going to align itself to flex start. So you can see that it goes to the extreme left. Now, after this flex start, I'm going to give a margin top of 5% again, and then a padding of 1 rem from top and bottom and 3 rem from left and right. And then a background of this color code, and then a border radius of 50 pixels, and then font size will be of 20 pixels. Now we are going to remove the text decoration here, text decoration none, and then I'm going to apply a box shadow here, a box shadow of 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 5 pixels, and this. This will be the box shadow for the button. Come back to the web page, and here you can see a beautiful box shadow effect. Now I want to apply a hover effect here. So for that, EXP button, and in the hover part, I'm going to give a background of this color code. Then come back to the web page, and here you can see this beautiful hover effect. Now we have completed this nav bar and then this left. Now it is only left to the right part. Come back to VS Code, and then for the right part, I'm going to write hero right, and then I'm going to apply a width of 50%. We are going to target this image div here, and then I'm going to give margin of auto, max width of 500 pixels, and then a width of 100%, so that it will take the full width of 500 pixels, and then a height of also 500 pixels, and then border radius of 50%, so that it will seem like a circular. Now I'm going to apply overflow hidden, then a box shadow of the above this box shadow. I'm going to just copy it here and paste it here. Then I'm going to apply the background image, which we'll get from the assets, and then busy. Now I'm going to get a background position of center, so that it will be centered, and it will be background repeat, no repeat, and then background size. So I have applied this image to this div. So come back to the web page. Here you can see this big background, but I want to change it to hero image. Okay, so instead of this busy, so I'm going to write hero image as busy. So come back to web page, and here you can see this beautiful web page design using only simple HTML and CSS, no JavaScript required. In this design, we have this beautiful linear background with a card here, and inside the card we have the nav bar, we have the headings and the paragraphs, and we have this explore button and then get started. By doing all of this, we get a simple landing page design, but it is not responsive. If you guys want to make it responsive, then please leave a comment so that I will make a new video regarding how to make this responsive. So that's pretty much for today's guys. I hope you guys like this video. make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications to get regular updates. So let's wind up here, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I will see you next time.